All right, good morning, students. Today we're going to talk about self-revision strategies, and I'm going to go over these 4 steps to help you improve your paper. So, step 1, the big picture. Look at the draft in terms of larger abstract qualities. Well, before I even get going there, one way to help you refocus what those abstract qualities are is to consult the rubric, okay? These are the abstract qualities: opinion, attention to detail, audience, language, guidelines, right? These are the abstract qualities that I am asking you to consider in this writing assignment. So let's take a look at some of the questions. Is the original purpose of the writing fulfilled? Well, what is the original purpose, right? It seems as though the original purpose is somewhere in this rubric, right? And it's a little bit of all of these different categories. So one objective is to share your opinion of the book. Another objective of this paper is to show that you've read in close detail this book. Do you understand who this book was written for? Furthermore, do you know who you're writing to? Can you use appropriate language to express yourself? And then lastly, can you follow guidelines that have been set before you? So following these 5 categories help us to understand the objective of this paper. Okay. Does the writing cover the required material? Well, did you actually read Unbroken, right? And does your writing reflect your knowledge of the book? Has the writing addressed the specific audience? Remember, you're writing for an audience of teen ink, right? This is young adults like yourself who have not yet read the book, right? So you want to try to influence people who think and speak and understand literature the same as you. Right? Does the overall structure seem sensible in terms of your intentions? Well, again, this comes back to reflecting on the rubric. Can you share your opinion, your feelings, your intellectual rationale, right? Your visceral, your sharp feelings in a clear and engaging way, right? Furthermore, can you use details to support your feelings and thoughts, right? And can you address that? Can you mix those 2 opinions and attention to detail, considering your audience? All right. These are the elements that we want to pay attention to in terms of making sure our intentions are correct. And then lastly, is your sense of authority over the topic clear? This is probably best illustrated by, again, your understanding of the text and your ability to read closely and understand what you think about that text. Okay, so this is step 1, the big picture. And I would absolutely consider these. And I've asked you to do that all throughout the week. Step 2, focus on development, right? Does the main idea of the paper have enough supporting material? Well, again, the best way to take a look at this is, are you really speaking specifically, or are you just talking superficially? If we look at the Lizzo review, right, she speaks very specifically. Washington, D.C., right, gives us a specific time and place. She mentions how it felt as though you were going to some sort of religious service, right? And the qualities of that church were positivity, right? Chief among them. And then she appeared on a bright podium, right? Speaking very specifically, right? Very specifically. So this is really important, right? So are you speaking specifically? Does your supporting material relate logically to the main idea? Well, the best way to think about this too is, as is in the Lizzo review, right? Does your example, in this case, Aretha Franklin's Respect, support your main idea of positivity and self-acceptance? And the question can only be answered by yourself, right? Is this following the same thread that I set up in the first paragraph as in the second paragraph? Okay. Step 3, focus on structure. And this is something we stressed yesterday. Is there a controlling idea that can be traced throughout the writing? Well, again, in the Lizzo review, we know that the thread is self-acceptance, and it runs through every single one of her paragraphs, all 5 paragraphs, right? Self-acceptance is very, very evident. Does your lead into the paper create interest and focus? Absolutely, right? And again, coming back to the Lizzo review, there's no single term that can adequately define the music sensation Lizzo, but pop star. right? Band geek turned pop icon, classical flute, the flutist, self-love trailblazer, and inclusivity advocate are all apt descriptors. So instead of just taking one single term, right, she brings on a multifarious illustration of this artist and says this is the wide range of personalities that Lizzo can take on, and they're to be celebrated. Do individual paragraphs link to the controlling idea? Again, that goes back to the thread. Are you controlling that thread through each paragraph? Do individual paragraphs have a clear topic sentence? I hope so, right? These are all great questions to be asking yourself of your writing. And does the ending provide a sense of wrapping up of ideas? Finally, step 4, are sentences clear? Does the word order in sentence seem logical? Are verbs usually in active voice? Does word choice seem sensible for the purpose and audience? Well, if you need help with sentence structure, I've posted a document to help clarify what that all means here with this link, and I have examples that go along with it. So this is not specific to this writing. This is just a general overgoing of typical grammatical editing issues that students have. So you may reference this to help your sentence structure. Okay, that's all that I have for you guys. Good luck.